Yeah. Real talk, not a talk. Ain't nothing to be said. He know what it is. Do you know what it is?
Who are we? Bang Bang Niner Gang. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Who are we? Bang Bang Niner Gang. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Touchdown. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Who are we?
Touchdown 49ers.
All right. What's going on, Empire? What's going on, fellow faithfuls? We're the Real Talk Niner Talk crew, bringing you yet another live broadcast. But before we get into all that, we're going to start off a little something like this. And here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Let's get it. Real Talk. Niner Talk. Niner gang over everything. From the Rotten Apple, New York City, I'm your host, Niner Style, and we're the Real Talk Niner Talk crew, bringing you another live broadcast of Real Talk Niner Talk. All right. Now, today's topic of discussion will be the post-discussion matchup, 49ers and Eagles. Let's go. Hey. And time to introduce the crew. So from my left to your right, Prince of the South, from the dirty South Georgia, from the Mac Town where they lay their Mac down. Let's give it up. Jew Hargrove. Hey. Hey. Give it up to Jew Hargrove, a.k.a. Juju on that beat. All right. And down below Jew Hargrove, we have Agent Zero. Not just our any old cousin, but our first cousin. Give it up from the west side, the best side.
Remix.
Hey.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Give it up, y'all, for Super Dave the OG. We had to mix it up a little bit today, guys. I mean, you know, we went in Philly and we jacked them for the win, and we also jacked them for their beat here on Real Talk.
Bye, police.
All right.
So appreciate it.
So last, but definitely not least, from the Southwest, Dallas, Texas. Give it up for our guy, your guy. Some say he's controversial, but I say he's got a whole lot of passion. Let's give it up, y'all. Dollar Bill. Hey. Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill. All right. Let's give it up, y'all. Dollar Bill Will.
Welcome to the home of that official realness. Let's get it in with Real Talk, Niner Talk.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So let's talk about some things, man. First of all, how was everybody's day? I know it was a work day for me. Yeah, you know, just so you real talkers know, we we put in long days, you know, to make these shows happen, you know.
Yo, man, I've been at work since 3-4 a.m. this morning. Got off from work and then got caught up in a 4.5 hour traffic jam.
That sucks.
I do not miss those days.
But then I was still like 40 minutes away from home.
That sucks, man.
That really sucks.
Right.
I'm in the middle of writing 2 purchase agreements and then seeing about a third. So just trying to get everything in.
Oop, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Kind of gave that away, so we know we got Sizzle coming later, but that was my bad, guys. Yeah, but traffic like that, man, that just makes me want to run into a wall. I mean, I can't take it, man. I hate it.
Right.
I do not miss those days at all.
I hate it. I really do. We usually start with the roll call, but I want to let them pile in a little more. But we're gonna we're going to start out, you know, I just want to take time out to give some props to our girl, our sister from another mister. Let's give it up, everybody, for Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa.
Yeah, kind of didn't know how to word that. Melissa's we love, we greatly appreciate your support and all the praise you give the show, man, because we
right.
Yeah, you're down with us. You're down by law. You know.
Yes, indeed. And Kev will be coming later.
Kev's running a little late, but he'll be here. We're gonna give him a late slip. We'll give him a late slip, write him up. Yeah. But yeah, guys. So I mean, like I said, lots been going on in the media, man. You know, I know we were buzzing all week, with our own little chat, and
Yes.
I said, guys, we got to save it for the show. We were going crazy, man. I said, what the hell did I wake up to?
And you only got half of it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell did I wake up to? But yeah, getting back to that guy, like I was telling you, I got to stay out of social media, man. I do. I keep going there. I really can't. And the thing is, when I see stupidity, I just have to address it. I have to do a better job of not addressing the stupidity when I see it. Just ignore it. I got attacked today, was told I wasn't a real fan. I mean, guy came from my head, man. I said, hey, let me just slow down here and get out of here and not come back in here. These Facebook groups are off the hook.
Yeah. Right.
And now that speaking of that, guys, make sure you guys visit and, join our Facebook group. We'll got a nice amount, got nice numbers there. We like to keep that growing. So definitely check us out on Facebook.
Hey, Don.
What's going on, Dollar?
Hey, don't worry about it, man. Hey, ignorance is $1 million business.
You know what? That's bars. Give Dollar a round of applause. Yeah, let's give Dollar some props for that. But I guess we'll wait for a few more people to pile in, then we'll start the roll call.
All right.
Okay, they're coming, and we're gonna get started with the roll call, y'all. It's the roll call. And once again, I want to give it up to our sister from another mister. Always first in the building. Let's give it up for our sister, Melissa. What's going on, Melissa? Right, here's another young lady who I definitely want to give a great shout out to. Very supportive, and we appreciate your continued support, Sister Sin. Let's give it up for Sister Cinnamon Kids.
Yes, man.
Hey. All right, and our brother from another mother. All right, Will, you've convinced me, Will. This is 3 weeks in a row you've come G40, Mr. G49er. You are now Mr. G49. I will no longer call you Will, my brother. Let's give it up for our brother from another mother.
All
give
right.
it up for Mr. G49er. Oh. Double zero. Mr. G. Yeah, and always, like I said, she speaks her tongue, guys, and respect her for it. In the place to be. Let's give it up for Denise G. What's going on, Denise? What's going on, y'all? Let's see who else we got in the building. Uh-oh. Can't forget him, guys. Can't forget him. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't forget him. Our brother from another mother. D Savage, a.k.a. D Sizzle. Give it up for Sizzle, y'all.
What up?
My man, D Sizzle.
All right.
Yeah, man, Sizzle be firing shots, man. So you guys know, it's the real talkers. As they come on through, we'll...
Royalty has entered the building.
Is in the building.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't see her.
And she's probably enjoying that win more than most because she has to deal with those Eagle fans on a daily.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this: no broadcast is official without the Queen.
She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever.
Let's give it up, y'all. Panama Queen. The Queen is in the building. Now we may proceed, guys. Now we may proceed, and that will conclude the roll call. But we'll still shout people out a little later as they roll in. You know, that's just how we do. We give everybody love. You know, that's how we do here. We give everybody love. So, guys, like I said, there's a lot on the plate. Let's jump into the open discussion. Discuss a few things. Let's get it.
All right.
All right, baby. Let's get into it. Let's get into these stats for the game. And before I even get started, let's give our San Francisco 49ers. Let's give them a round of applause for Sunday's game, guys.
Definitely not an easy environment to go into. Really never is. It was an ugly win, but we got out of there alive.
With the win.
2-0.
Fortunately, we had a couple of injuries, but actually quite a few post injuries after the fact. You know, a lot of stuff came out. A lot of guys were out. You know, after the game, kind of made it to the end of the game, and things were just not right afterwards. You know, I know we must have the busiest medical staff in the league. We must have the busiest medical staff. Have to. But let me get back to these stats, guys. Let's discuss the stats. Okay, total yards: 306, 328. All right, 189, 177. Passing yards, rushing yards, 177 to 151. Eagles. Yards per play, 4.5 to 6 for the Eagles. 4.5 to 6.
The thing that stands out to me is we thought the passing defense was going to be a liability and that the run defense is going to be strong. And it's the complete opposite these first 2 weeks.
Right.
Right on.
And then you got to look at those passing numbers. 90 of those yards came on one play.
Right.
That's very true. Very true for the Eagles.
Other than that, they was under 100 for the whole game.
Right. This is true.
And most of those running yards came on that one drive that we played prevent.
That prevent. We got to stop. We got to get out of that.
I hate it, man. I hate it.
You know, if SK was here, you know what he say? Prevent defense does one thing: prevents your ass from winning.
It really does.
Even though he's not here, let's give SK a round of applause for that.
Yes.
All right, guys. So first downs, we had 23 to Philly's 18. Okay. Third down efficiencies, 6 of 14. They were 5 from 12. So the stats are very, very similar in certain areas. You know what I mean? You're 1 or 2 off. They're 1 or 2 off. We're 1 or 2 off. But I say the passing yards is definitely, you know, where I draw the line. I say, listen, man, you don't get that 90-yard playoff. They're under 100 yards for the game. In the air.
They're under 90 a game.
Well, for this
take away that 91, that's 86 passing yards.
Wow, there you go.
That's very good.
Give it up for Dave, the mathematician. Right?
And the key stat for us, which based on our quarterback, we have to win, is time of possession. So we almost had 60% of the time of possession compared to the Eagles.
Right.
We have to have that given our quarterback.
Yes,
we will get into later.
Absolutely.
Oh yes.
Absolutely, as they say. Absolutely. You know, so
I can't say enough about the defensive effort. We were on our backs, 2 or 3 times, and they only came away with 3 points.
Right.
I mean, even Eric Armstead showed up. You know, one stat that we don't take into account, he has the most pressures of anybody on this team.
Right.
In that fourth down where, their wide receiver was playing quarterback, it was Eric Armstead that made him force that throw early.
Right.
We was getting worried, Armstead. We was getting worried. We were trying to see where you was at. You showing up.
Yeah, we got a lot of football left. He still got a lot of proving to do.
Right.
But you know what? He's also pleading his case. I don't know if I sent you guys that Instagram thing where he was held just as bad as Bosa was and wasn't getting called.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw when you sent that. Yeah.
Well, he's still got to keep coming with it. He's got to keep coming with it. You know what? Nobody's gonna give us nothing. He's got to keep coming with it. So does Bosa. You know. But Panama says Eagle fans are quiet as hell. That's how we like them. We like them quiet. Shut the hell up.
Quiet as a mother.
They in their bird nest.
Yeah.
My background photo is gonna be of Kevin Hart wearing that 49er gear.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was
Kevin,
beautiful.
that's what happens when we love your soundbite on the show.
All right.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you go against the Red and Gold, baby. That's what you get. And to the Eagle fans, I say this:
Shut up.
Shut up.
Thank you.
Shut the hell up. They were getting on my damn nerves too, leading up to the thing. They were just so certain. And there was a podcast I was watching. I forgot the name of it. Some Eagle fans, about 6 of them, and they talk shit big as my house, man. Talked all kinds of shit.
Remember they said
you guys desecrated the Rocky statue. It didn't end well for the Vikings. Guess
Listen,
what?
man.
We're not Minnesota.
Right.
Well, think of it this way, man. We they should be thanking us, because we gave Rocky some swag, put a 49er cap on him, we gave Rocky some swag, man. All right, guys, let's give it up for our guy, the vice president of the Real Talkers, Daryl Hicks. Showtime, Daryl Hicks. That is my man, my mellow. Almost doubled up on Daryl there. Mr. G says Trent Williams is nasty. Yes, he is. He swung that boy about 20 yards. He threw that boy about 20 yards on that play.
Oh, my gosh. He is just pile driving fools left and right week after week. But that entire offensive line deserves credit. Not one sack given up on Sunday.
You're right.
Even
guys.
Mike McGlinchey, this was a home game for him. He's from that area.
From the suburbs of Philly.
He showed up.
Right. Well, look, guys, let's give it up for the offensive line, man. They gave Dom DeMarco for that.
Dom DeMarco.
Let's give it up for the O-line.
Trent Williams has a 92 for the year. Alex Mack has had clean sheets for both games as far as pressures. Tomlinson only 1 hurry all year. McGlinchey and the other guy, Brunskill, only 2 hurries all year. So you can't play much better than that.
Really can't.
Right.
Well, let's get to Denise G here. Denise says she's going to the AC Cardinals game on the 10th. And she's not going to lie, I'm a little nervous. Well, yeah, of course, that defense is pretty nasty out there. I predicted this game to be one about.
Minnesota kind of ran roughshod on them. I watched that game.
Minnesota, they should have lost that game. The kicker missed the game winning field goal.
Twice.
And it was a chip shot.
30-some yards, man. 30-some yards.
Kirk Cousins had his way with them. And they ran the ball pretty effective too. It was a shootout.
So, guys, are we telling we telling Denise she has nothing to worry about?
I mean, it's a division opponent. So
we have something to worry about.
But I'm not scared. I'm not
scared, but I'm a little cautious of that game too. These divisional games are rough, man. They're just rough.
I mean, they know what we're capable of doing.
Right, and that defense
being in the division, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop it.
I think it's going to come down to coaching. I'm sorry, Drew. That game's going to come down to coaching.
Right.
I think Kyle just got our coach's boy because he's got all the pieces defensively. They're tailor-made for what we do. They got these hybrid guys. They can get to them edges, man. They're tailor-made for what we do. Defensively.
It's going to be about pass defense because I didn't see them running effectively the first 2 weeks.
Right. I'm sorry, Drew. I cut you.
Yeah. I was going to say, after watching the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals play this past weekend, it made me feel a whole lot better about our chances as far as going up against these teams in the division.
Right.
Because everybody should have lost except for us.
Right.
Everybody in our division should have had an ear.
Yeah.
The Colts game should have been 38-27.
The only reason the Colts lost that game because Wentz got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. They decided not to take the 3 points on 2 drives. That's your ball game right there. They tried to force it in.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna say I am worried because number 10 behind quarterback. And you know how he was last year against Arizona.
You gotta save that for when Kev comes in.
Right.
You gotta save that for when he comes in.
You're right about that. You are right about that,
So,
sir.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I'm gonna say something nice right now about number 10 because we will have plenty to say about him on this show. He has played as well as he could play, as well as he's capable. He has not thrown an interception. He has not forced the ball into coverage. 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, no interceptions, 2 games with a rating of 100 or more. That's as well as he's played. He's not the reason that these games have been close, but he could do a lot better.
Hey, he almost had a pick. He almost threw a pick.
He almost did. He almost did, but even the sun shines. What's that saying? Even the sun shines bright one day on a dog's ass. That was his one
like
day.
I said, I watching the game, it was frustrating seeing all the short dink and dumps when he had guys wide the fuck open down the field.
Like Brandon Ayuk.
I mean, we seen this man ghost Ayuk. Ayuk was constantly open, and we at home wondering like why Ayuk ain't getting the ball. We thinking it's Kyle that had this man in the doghouse. And Jimmy just don't want to force the ball down the field to him. Jimmy's scared to make these throws because he knows if he try to throw anything over 10 yards, he gonna throw an interception, and he don't want to lose this yard to Trey Lance.
Yeah, Jimmy's just playing it very safe, guys. Let me tell you guys,
Jimmy is playing within his limitations. That's all that is.
Right. He's playing just good enough.
Yeah, we already know he can't expand the playbook. We already know he's not capable of that deep ball when we need it. We have this is what we're dealt with until he's injured or messes up bad enough to where he has to be replaced. This is what we have to do.
If Jimmy didn't have Trey behind him, Jimmy would have been trying to make some of those throws. His ass scared.
I think so. Yeah. He's not gonna dare to be great. He ain't gonna do that.
He's not gonna goddamn force Kyle Shanahan's hand to put the ball in the game. So he's gonna try to take all these short throws.
Right.
That's why I want to say it's not Ayuk. See, the media is trying to stress that it's Ayuk, but it's not Ayuk, and it's not Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan does not have Brandon Ayuk in the doghouse. The only reason is because Brandon Ayuk the past 2 games have been running routes that's been located to where Jimmy has to make that throw downfield outside the numbers. Jimmy can't do that. So that's why Ayuk don't want Jimmy as a quarterback. He wants Trey Lance as a quarterback. He's been working out with Trey Lance all offseason. So if you put Trey Lance out there, Trey Lance can make all the throws. So if you put Trey Lance out there, Ayuk can get the ball. But like y'all said, Jimmy G is out there. He's afraid to locate the ball to where Ayuk is running his routes at, and that's outside the numbers downfield. And as long as Jimmy out there, Ayuk is not going to get the football. So it's really not Ayuk being in the doghouse. It all goes back to Jimmy. It's not Ayuk or Shanahan. It's Jimmy. Jimmy is the problem of why Ayuk is not getting the football.
Right.
If we have a weak team where we play, then you might see Ayuk get the ball from Jimmy because Jimmy might test himself and go deep on those teams. But divisional opponents or opponents like he might do it against Green Bay. That defense is not that great. You might see one deep ball, but you're not going to see that all season. He's not capable of doing that.
Exactly. Which is why I say, we talked the other night, Dollar Nuts, and we were saying, just let Jimmy be Jimmy.
Right.
Just let Jimmy be Jimmy, because if we let Jimmy be Jimmy, he's going to do what he does. There's a saying, people who screw up, screw themselves. So just let him be who he is. Like we ain't got to rush nothing. And like we always say, he can win a Super Bowl. We know next year he's gone anyway.
Right.
But I really don't see him completing the season, man. I just don't. I just don't see it.
The things that Jimmy doing right now is not gonna last all season.
See what I'm saying?
He's gonna have to go out of his comfort zone some way, somehow. He's gonna have to.
I tell y'all what though, we're gonna need a better game plan from Kyle Shanahan coming up with these next 4 to 5 games, because this shit he ran against Philly ain't gonna cut it.
Right.
No,
exactly.
we can't come out slow like that.
They just need to adjust faster. After the first 2 drives, you're not running up the middle. That's when you run on the edges. We waited until the second half to do that.
Right.
And we're barely lucky to get those 7 points.
Yeah.
I say this: if you would have sprinkled Trey Lance in this past Sunday with that running game, we would have had more than 17 points.
No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. You know why? You know why? Because they would have still ran him up the middle, just like those running backs.
Right.
He would have been dead meat.
But I'm gonna tell you what it's honestly gonna take.
No, not with Lance running the football. Like the way you saw the way the holes was opening up in the preseason game against the Raiders.
Right.
All he had to do was
that's the Raiders. That's the Raiders, though. The Eagles are a whole different beast from their front 4.
Right, but again, it's 11-on-11 football. They ain't gonna know who gonna get the ball. So if you can hand it off and fake it off to Mostert or Sermon Mitchell, or one of those running backs, them holes would have been open because they would have been looking at him as well as the running back. I just think not Lance running the ball, still handing it off, but just Lance being out there, it would have
it keeps him honest.
Some type of
that might have. That might.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is this, guys. We're gonna have to throw. I think at some point Lance has got to go in there because I think we could be winning these games a little easier with him.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel we could keep the chains moving with him, and then we always have that chance for a big play. Whereas with Jimmy, we know that's not happening. We got to literally, just continually move the chains in order to move the ball. Whereas this boy can get you some strikes, man.
And luckily, late in the second half, he was able to keep the chains moving.
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah. He played a lot better. Man,
I didn't see the first half. The first half, like I said, I was at work and I was on the phone with you.
He's giving me
the play-by-play, man, and I'm like,
dominated that first half. It should have been 21-0. Were it not for our defense or finally getting that drive late in the first half, it was ugly. It was ugly.
But real quick, guys, let's
missing layup balls and everything.
Let's get to Melissa's comment here. I want to discuss it a little bit. Colleen Wolf. I guess that's a friend. No, I don't know who that is. Colleen Wolf.
That's a writer.
That's a writer. Okay. Is a sour grapes Philly fan picking the Packers because we beat her precious baby feelings Eagles. All right, Colleen. What should I play for? What should I play for Colleen on that?
Hey, I got one for you. Hey, Colleen, do we care?
Oop, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. I should know who that is because I was listening to her on the
no, to the no, yeah, to the no, yeah, to the no, to the no, listen.
Oh, hell no. I know who that is.
Colleen, we don't.
She's the weekend anchor of NFL Game Day on the NFL Network. I watched her on the plane.
Okay, got it.
They were picking this game, and she said, too much Bosa, too much Fred Warner. I'm picking the Niners, and then psych, I'm picking the Phillies. I'm picking Philly to run all over them. I remember that very well.
Well, I mean, that's to be expected. That's a crew.
Yeah, but that's why your ass is on the weekend where nobody sees you.
Exactly. I didn't know who the hell she was, man.
Just stick to opening the segments and commercials. You'll be fine. Don't try and pick grades. Half of their fans didn't even know who the San Francisco 49ers were. There's a clip over there trying to identify the opponent. You got Chicago, you got the Giants.
David's going in on
Someone
her, man.
said San Fran, and then San Fran who? Cisco. Dumbass Philly fans.
All right, Colleen. Shut up! Yeah, we could care less.
You gonna remember us now, though.
Yeah, I bet you will. If you forgot, we gladly do it again.
Yeah.
That took me a moment.
Yeah, she pissed you off there, man. You went in on her. It's hard to get Super Days like that, man. All right, guys, let's see what Tavares has to say here. Okay, he says, brothers, Jimmy is the reason Ayuk is struggling. He was open so many times. Kyle is calling the plays for him. Jimmy can't deliver downfield. I saw a tape yesterday, and players were open downfield.
Right. It's not the fact that he can't. He's just scared to because he don't want to make a mistake.
He don't trust his arm. Yeah.
He don't trust his arm, and he don't want to goddamn green like that, boy.
But then again, do we really want him to? Because I mean, those turnovers will cost us a game, man. I don't want to blow games messing with Jimmy.
But you've got to take some chances. You've got the number one pass blocking unit in the NFL right now, protecting you, which means you have time to throw the ball. You can't deliver the strike.
And speaking of, we need to get an offensive line.
But I don't think he trusts in his own ability. I don't think he trusts his ability.
That's what it is. If I was Brandon Ayuk right now, I would be frustrated with Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right, guys, let's give it up for 49ers first take in the building.
Yes.
What's going on? He also says, I'd love to collaborate with you guys one day soon. Absolutely. We'll make it happen.
Gotta make it happen.
All right.
There's your answer.
Yes, sir.
We definitely make it happen.
Hey, look, if I'm my youth, I'm like, you don't want to throw the ball? Well, throw these hands. Put balls on his ass.
Yeah, but see, that you're right. That kind of shit can cause distinction in the locker room. That can be a problem, man. You see this boy here. You see New York, what's going on? The kid Daniel Dimes, this boy cursing him out on the sideline. Galladay.
Yes.
Yep.
Come on, this stuff. I mean, that's the Giants and that's their issues. But I don't want that here.
But he wasn't cursing out the quarterback. He was cursing out the offensive coordinator.
Right, but he was yelling at
Jones.
And Jones too. Yes, he was. Yeah, he's getting on him.
Jones had a pretty good game Thursday night, from what I saw. Yeah. When they were going back and forth, he was consistent. He got the ball delivered, and he can actually run.
But they brought Galladay in to be their number one, and Jones, he only going to Shepard and Slayton.
Yeah,
Shepard and Slayton. He's not even throwing the ball to Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, hey, Tony's upset. Tony's not happy there either.
Number one pick. Tony ready to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah, Tony's not. He's not happy with Tony either.
Brandon Ayuk need to sit down and talk with Jimmy or go to Kyle and say, look, man,
Jimmy,
it ain't me.
But it's not gonna do any good. When Kev gets here, that's when I'll say my piece. But there he is.
Silverado Kev.
There he is.
Hey, Jimmy might not want to fuck with Brandon like he was doing all that working out with Trey over the summer.
Hey, Kev.
Hello.
Kev.
Hold on, Drew. What jersey? Okay, I had to check New Jersey right quick.
Hey,
Dollar, man, I like that light in the background, Dollar. It's the wrong color.
I gotta clear this up with Kev. We were going at it. We were going at it
Monday. That red go, baby.
We were going at it Monday night at about number 10.
Oh yeah, that number 10. That was pretty.
I was telling Kev that you're gonna live a long time. So Dave was just talking about it. He popped up on the screen. You're gonna live a long time.
What happened? What I missed?
No, but see, it's part of being a faithful for so long. You get frustrated. And Kev and I were going back and forth, but we really agree on the same thing. Right. It's just frustrated.
Hold on.
Passion.
Let's make sure that we agree
on
what you're saying.
I'm about to break it down right now. I'm about to break it down right now because you're here.
Yeah, I woke up and I said, what the hell did I wake up to?
I'm going to offend some Jimmy fans, and I'm going to say some hurtful things about Trey Lance.
Okay.
But this is history. The reason Steve Young is so pro Trey Lance is because he had a situation just like Lance. He was brought in to unseat the incumbent. Right. The difference is Joe Montana is a hell of a lot better than Jimmy Garoppolo will ever be. Joe Montana won 2 more Super Bowl rings with Steve Young as the understudy. Right. Joe Montana did not lose his job. He was injured, and Steve Young came on, so much so that they had to give him the job. This is not the case with Jimmy. Right. We were so bad for 4 seasons when Jimmy had that streak. Jed York felt compelled. Oh, we finally got somebody that can win. We need to keep him. Gave him that stupid-ass contract. It's not that Kyle Shanahan plans around him. He didn't want him. Kirk Cousins was the guy. Then it became Matthew Stafford. We fooled around with Tom Brady. We wanted Tom Brady before we wanted Garoppolo. We didn't get any of those guys or Aaron Rodgers. We have who we have. He's limited. He has played better this season. He has not turned the ball over, but he's limited. But as long as Jed York is controlling this team, we are stuck with him until he messes up so bad that we have to change, or till we get to the end of the season. So Brandon Ayuk is unhappy. Kyle Shanahan is unhappy. Everybody is unhappy. But this is the card we are dealt. I personally hate it. It's bullshit. We had so many guys open last week, I could have thrown the ball to them. And I have no business being quarterback. But we have Garoppolo. He's checked down Jimmy. He got those completions.
Right.
Inside the number. He's never going to be able to reach outside. That one throw that he made to Ayuk was high. Ayuk came down with the ball.
Right.
It's another season of holding your breath when he drops back to pass because we don't know where the ball's ending up. Now, fortunately, 70% of his passes have been completions. But if you look at the stats, he's similar to Mac Jones. They have damn near the same stats. So if we were going that way, we would have drafted Mac Jones and let Jimmy go. No, that wasn't the problem. That wasn't the plan. It was for Trey Lance. But as long as Jed York is there, Trey Lance is not going to get a fair shake this season. No coach wants to draft a high quarterback and let him into a shit fest. They want a clean slate. That's probably going to happen next season when he's out of the way. Then he can fully digest the playbook. But as long as Jimmy's there, he's going to be limited to running the ball. He's going to be limited to making people guess and maybe once in a while throwing back the pass. But he's not going to get the reps this year as long as number 10 is there. We have to put up with it. That's just what it is.
All right, SK. What say you, sir? What's your rebuttal to that?
That was very eloquent and beautifully put there, Dave.
I hear the butt coming now.
I do agree. No, you're right. There is a huge butt, like Meg Thee Stallion type butt coming.
Nicki Minaj butt?
No, that's fake. Well, that's fake though. That's fake. That's fake. So, you know, it's a real butt. What we talking about? Anyway, nah, man. Look, I get what you're saying. I mean, you know, and I sat through that to make sure you didn't put the words in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure. But anyway, nah. I mean, Jimmy is going to really have to have a 2-interception game, a 2-game streak of this terrible type play for them to say, you know what? All right. I mean, it's not because Kyle don't want to play the kid, because I'm sure he does, but he needs a reason, a real valid reason, more than just one half to say, all right, you know what? Jimmy lost a job. But now I will also say, when you talking about his stats are just 70% completion percentage, he throwing the ball, he playing catch.
Basically.
He throwing the ball 10, 15 yards.
Yep.
You know
Dinking and dunking.
And don't get me wrong, there's no style points in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So a 45, 50-yard pass don't get you no more points than a 10, 12-yard pass. My point is, that's much easier to scheme and defend against is Jimmy's style of play. In terms of Ayuk is a very good route runner. He has good speed. He can run the corner route, the big routes, the 9 routes outside the numbers. Unfortunately, where he excels, Jimmy doesn't.
Right.
So guys like him probably gonna be obsolete until Trey in there. But I will say, until Jimmy stinks it up, you know what I'm saying, and there's more bad Jimmy for 4 quarters than good Jimmy, like there almost was last week. Unfortunately, you won't see a lot more of Trey. And I'm gonna say this as well. Another reason we may not see that the whole two quarterback scheme more is because if Trey starts looking better and his limited snaps and Jimmy looks, the crowd will be after Kyle's head. Like, what you doing? Keep the kid in there. So, me and my dad talked about that. You know what I'm saying? So he would hate for Trey to come in there and ball out and then take Jimmy out. And they're like, why you take Jimmy out? The kid was balling. He said, yeah, I just want to get him there for a little while. I know he looked better, but I need more of a reason to start Trey over Jimmy. And trust me, I can't wait. I mean, because this
none of us can.
I might write an article on this. I might write an article on this on the reason why. How long before just good enough is going to be good enough? You know what I'm saying? Like,
until we're to a point where we're no longer in the playoff race.
Right. Well, if Kyle has the monkey on his back, if he got the little boy on his back, like you say, I call him the little boy. I don't even call him Jed, yo.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right here. We got what? Green Bay, right? We got Seattle and Arizona.
Yep.
I think what? These
what's coming sooner than later?
I think so. Yeah.
Gonna determine how this situation gonna turn out. Now, Green Bay, I think we'll be able to run the ball on Green Bay. I don't think we have to use Jimmy allow him with Green Bay. But you got Arizona and Seattle, two defenses that has improved over last year. So if I see me personally, I think Jimmy gonna stink it up either the Arizona game or the Seattle game.
I think it's gonna be Seattle because
the stuff that he's doing right now, that ain't gonna work against Arizona and Seattle. I already know.
Who knows?
I think it's gonna be Arizona.
Who knows, Jimmy?
Seattle's a home game, and the faithful will have his head against our Achilles heel. I don't think he'll be in the game too long if it gets way behind because it's like, oh, here we go again.
And see, and that's not what I want. I don't want him putting Trey in an unfair at a disadvantage like that. Like this guy let them run the score up to 34. We down 2-3 touchdown, a three possession lead, and this kid's supposed to come in and save the day. Now he has the big playability, and I think when Kyle has to be very careful with the choices he makes, especially if he's got York in the decision making. You know, I don't trust York at all. I don't think the guys know a damn thing about football. You know, like I said, just keep him in his high chair and keep him away from any decision making.
You know what it is about York? He has no balls. His uncle, he didn't care. He spent money at all costs. We needed one player to make the difference. Boom, he went and got Deion Sanders, Super Bowl ring. What's the phrase I use for York? He's got cocaine ambitions, but looking for it at crackhead prices. You can't win. You can't win a Super Bowl that way.
You're right. Or as they say, beer tastes with champagne tastes with beer money.
Right.
You know, you got to come off the dollar, man. If you want to win, I mean, you got to do what you got to do what's necessary. But my thing is this: we've thrown money out there, Dave. We've thrown money out there, and it just hasn't worked for us.
We've wasted money.
That's what I mean. We threw money out there.
I would that contract.
But we did the same thing with D Ford. Now, granted, even though D Ford has helped us more, you know,
that's a damn shame. He's helped us more than our quarterback.
Than the quarterback, right? But he got a big contract too with all the leverage. That was just thrown at him out of desperation, and I think York he wants to make up so bad for what he did. I think during that bulky ever that he's just paying guys you got a little bit of talent. Here's some money. Here's some money. Oh, you can here's some money. You know, and my thing is you can't buy your way back into glory, man. You got to know the business that you in. You got to know the business that you in. And no offense, but there's no way in hell they should have. And this is no knock on D Ford, but there's no way in hell they should have gave him the kind of contract they gave him, especially coming out of KC.
Nobody was going to pay him that kind of money.
No,
KC wanted him gone.
KC, like I said, KC knew something we didn't know. I think KC knew something we didn't know with his health. That's what I'll just leave it there.
That's exactly what it was.
You know, they knew something we didn't know. We were desperate.
They sold us a nickel bag and told us it was it was that grade 8, but it wasn't no grass after y'all.
Yeah. You know, they just wanted it off their jacket. You know what I mean? They just wanted them off their jacket. You know?
I'm starting to think that's what it was with number 10. We just didn't know any damn better.
Right on. Hey guys, let's give it up for our brother from another mother. Let's give it up for Neon Dion, Niner Gang Podcast. Give it up for Dion.
Yeah. Dion.
And Dion says, I feel like if Jimmy plays like shit this game, we have to put Trey in. I thought they should have did it last game. Like I can tell you.
We have to actually lose with Jimmy before Trey gets
and that's what I don't want. And that's gonna piss me off. That it's gonna take that to move this boy. You know what I mean?
I think Trey Lance gonna play this Sunday night for 2 reasons. One, because it's a home game. You know, I think Kyle didn't want to put him in no environment, you know, away from the home crowd. You know, and like especially like in Philly.
Right.
And another reason is our running back room is banged up. So
yeah, we definitely need that threat, right? But yeah. I'll say this too, Dollar. Why I partially agree with that, and I'll say that because I just feel like as a coach who I've never played football, but just as a coach, you can't hide your players from what's real.
Right.
Trey has to see that at some point anyway. You can't hide him from that. You got to put him out there. He has to get acclimated to all that. He has to get acclimated to the track. I'm sure them guys on the field talk more shit than the people in the stands. Could you imagine the stuff they hear, snapping the ball, pre-snap, stepping up to the line? Could you imagine the shit these linebackers are running up on them, yelling shit they saying to him? The stuff they're going to say to him because they know he's a rookie to try to intimidate him and get in his head? So
although we've got taunting penalties now, so probably can't do much more.
They still gonna do it. It's football. It is what it is. They still gonna do it.
I'm surprised. Did any hear that little commentary between Brandon Graham and
I saw that. I saw that. He was trying to get him to shut up.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox. Yep. That was they were talking trash.
It's always gonna get chippy.
Saying to Jimmy, you trash, Ted.
It's gonna always get chippy. It's gonna always get chippy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, when they played us last year when we were warming up, I saw a clip. There was some guys that walked over, within earshot of us. It was Fletch, it was Cox, and a couple other guys.
That's the one. That's the one we're talking about.
Is that the one he said? He was number 9. Do you hear me talking to you?
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, no. Man. I'm talking about. It was one from recently.
From Sunday.
Hold on. I thought that was from the game of the day.
No, that was
over. That was last year.
That's when they came to us.
Because it sounded like it was live. Oh, they had white jerseys. That's right. My fault.
Listen, if our defense wouldn't have stepped up like they did, Jimmy probably wouldn't have been starting this week because it was going to be a badass game for him. Because we were going to be getting blown out like 21-0. It was going to be like
I think if Jim would have kept playing the way he played,
right?
Had he not had that drive right for the half,
it was coming.
That one pass, that pass to Debo saved him. Yeah, that pass to Debo saved him.
Yes,
you lucky.
Yeah, it was coming because he wasn't looking good at all.
But see, that scares me too. Debo leads the league in reception yards, but that just means he's not spreading the ball around. Right. Eventually, teams are going to double up on Debo. And as much as he gives punishment, he's going to be taking punishment. Then he's injured again. Then where are we?
Because, in the game, half of the time, you don't even know Sherfield on the field. You don't know Ayuk on the field. You don't even know Kittle lads on the field.
Yeah, what's going on with Kittle this season, man? What's going on? Well, let me say, I know we only
Kittle's doing his thing, blocking, but again, teams are still doubling up on him. So he's not as open. That's where Trey Lance will come in,
right? Open it up so they can get off of him and play honest. You're right.
As number 10 is the quarterback, you will not see that happen.
And he out here messing up dudes' numbers, man. And Ayuk Kittle. Look at that, man. You got guys that we can't really utilize to their full potential for their full services because this guy can't make the plays that we need made.
Now I will say this: I expect him to have a good game against Green Bay. They don't have their best pass rusher is out for a couple weeks.
Right.
So that should open. We already have the best pass blocking unit in the NFL. So he should see a lot of open guys, and he should take chances down the field. Whether or not he will do that is another story.
I'm going to say.
But he should have another 300. He should have another 300-yard passing game, I feel.
Right. Well, let's get to Panama's comment here, y'all. Panama says if we don't make the playoffs because of Kyle and Limitations G, she killed with that Limitations and Limitations G, it's Kyle on the hot seat.
No. I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because Kyle didn't want number 10 as a quarterback in the first place. Kyle made the move to draft him up. All he's going to say is, see, I told you. I told you not to extend Jimmy Garoppolo, but you didn't listen to me. This is what you got. Now my quarterback can move in, and we'll do this right.
Right.
Well, listen, I'm glad Panama brought that up because my boy old Don here, we had a conversation about that, right?
Sure did.
Tell them what you said, my friend. How you feel about it?
About Kyle not playing the kid.
We have a losing season this year.
Oh, I feel what I would honestly like. I would like to see Kyle gone. I mean, I could be speaking great. I like to see Kyle gone, and I want to get the enemy in the building because the enemy is gonna know what to do with this guy like Trey. Now I could be talking crazy. This could be wishful thinking on my part, but in a perfect world, that's what I'd like. That's what I'd like to see. That's what I'd like to see.
You know what? I forgot about Eric Bieniemy being a free agent.
Hey,
let's get the enemy in the building.
Well, Don, he told me that, and it made all the sense in the world to me.
Get the enemy in the building, man.
Well, and he's not as conservative as Shanahan is.
No, he's a player's coach. The guys are gonna play for him. You know, and when I'm starting
he's
to
a former running back, and he did wonders with Mahomes.
Yeah,
that could work.
I think Trey would flourish with that dude, man. You know, especially if Kyle's gonna play games. You know, let's do it.
I think John.
But Kyle's between a rock and a hard place with number 10. As long as he's the quarterback, know that's. Now, if he were to blow it with Trey Lance starting, that's a different subject altogether. Because now you've had your quarterback and your system, and you still can't get it done. Then your coaching ability starts to get questioned.
Right. Like you got all the weapons there, man, and you're not utilizing guys because you got a quarterback who can't make the plays that we need. We have a quarterback that's limited. It's Panama says limitations G. He really is limited.
I'd like to say salutations, but he's our starter, unfortunately. So,
that's the problem. That's the problem with John Lynch and Jay York and them. They right now have a reputation of holding players' hands. They did the same thing with Armstead. They did the same thing with Todd and Ward. They have a reputation of giving people chances, and that's just don't cut in the NFL. But I mean, this is not the boys and girls club. You know what I'm saying? This is the NFL. Ain't no holding hands around here. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't performing, if you're not on the field, if you're not able to get on the field and help this team out, you need to be gone. Do the same thing with Solomon Thomas. John Lee drafted Solomon Thomas because he was his classmate in Stanford. Right. Come on, man. What kind of shit is that? You know.
Panama says, and Kyle can take McDaniel with him. Dion says the enemy isn't moving for less than a head coaching job, and York won't fire Kyle.
But again, is it because of those two, or is it because of number 10? See, that's the question here. They want.
Well, we're going to go with the premise that
he got hired as the OC to open the playbook. You just can't do it with number 10.
Right, but I'm saying if we're stuck between a rock and a hard place regardless, because if we're going with the premise that you're putting out here that York is the reason York wants Jimmy and it's really kind of out of Kyle's hands beyond Kyle, we're stuck either way. Unfortunately, you can't trade and fire. We can't fire owners. You can't just get rid of owners like that.
Well, what was the point? What was the point of trying to talk to all these damn quarterbacks in the offseason? They wasted their damn time.
Listen, man, when you got owner problems,
because they had name recognition, and York probably would have okayed it rather than take a chance on a guy who just got drafted and hasn't played in a year. That's where that's from. If Aaron Rodgers were available,
I thought this dude understood. Just listen, man. You just take care of the team, you know, in other areas, and leave the football decisions to the guys that you hired, man. Because we don't need him making. I tell you, it's a dangerous thing when he's sitting in the box making decisions for guys. You know, you hired Kyle and John to make the decisions for this team, so rock with it. You're the money guy. You're the guy who says where, you know, what goes where as far as that. To stay in that lane.
Ultimately, I hold him responsible. I don't think that John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan, if they had to do it again, would have chosen Armstead over D-Buck. That's stupid. That came down to money. And who writes the checks?
Yeah. Matthew Stafford would have been San Francisco 49er today if he would have checked into the right hotel. He checked into the wrong hotel. That's all that was.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious when you said that.
He did. He checked into the wrong hotel.
So kidnap his ass and get him to the right hotel. You got money?
Their hotels was right across the street from each other. Matthew Stafford didn't even know Sean McVay was in that hotel. They just bumped into each other.
And if Eddie Barlow had been the owner, he would have kidnapped his ass in front of the Rams and brought him to the right hotel. York has no balls.
Yeah, that's true. No whatsoever. So look, guys, let's move on to let's get back to the game here. And y'all know our ever so famous segment, Sit Your Ass Down. So let's get into it. This one, tonight's won't be so long. I don't think we'll spend too much time on this one because, it's not too many guys I could point to that I'm not. But we'll round robin it, and you guys will give me guys that you think should sit their ass down. So here we go, guys.
Sit your ass down.
To the down. We're gonna start with you, SK. Who do you think? Who? Give me one.
Ooh, thank you, because boy, I know by the time it got to me, it been slim picking.
Yeah.
Hey, but like I told you when we talked today, for the first half, and not realizing we couldn't run up the middle. Kyle Shanahan, damn it! How long it take you to realize we couldn't run the ball up the gut?
Man, sit your ass down.
Exactly.
All right, Dollar, give me one.
Especially with Jimmy back there.
I don't know. I don't even know. Come back to me. 'Cause I got to think.
All right.
I got to think.
Super Dave.
You know what? I was gonna say Josh Norman, but I had to re-watch the game. Those two penalties were ticky-tack, and he did a fairly good job. So even though he had a 100-point rating, I'm gonna say number 10.
We gonna Jimmy?
It don't take you a whole half to make adjustments. You couldn't get it done. The Eagle defense pretty much dominated us. We should have been in worse shape than we are. I'm grateful you came back in the second half, but you can't do that against divisional opponents and better opponents in Philly.
Right on.
So Garoppolo gets it for me.
So Jimmy G.
Man, sit your ass down.
All right. Jew, give me one.
Well, I'm going with Lenore because he gave up 2 big plays. I know one of them, the guy was out of bounds, but that 90-yarder and the other one could have cost us the game. He played pretty solid for the most part, but he gave.
Man, sit your ass down.
He gave up 2 would have been killers.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, it pains me to have to add him to that, but it is what it is. For the integrity of the show and us keeping it real, we got to be honest, man. He but he.
Well, one was out of bounds.
Green. He's so green, man.
We knew he knocked him out of bounds, so I don't blame him for that. But
on the 90-yarder, the Tart when the never came over that slow, that boy died. That was 6.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, so we're up to me, and I'm going to say Jermichael Hasty. This boy has a fumbling problem. Kyle realized it, and Kyle yanked that ass immediately.
He got an ankle problem now.
Yeah. So, Jermichael Hasty.
Man, sit your ass down.
All right, and that concludes Sit Your Ass Down.
Dollar, did you come up with?
Sit your ass down.
That'll conclude Sit Your Ass Down. Like I said, it wasn't really much we could pick at. I felt we could pick at. And it, like I said, paying me to have to do that to
Lenore.
Yeah. And
hold up. I got one. Even though the offensive line did good, Jimmy G has escaped the pocket a couple times because of number 69, Mike McGlinchey. He's still doing that bullshit on pass pro. So yeah, he need one.
All right, well we gonna put that on the segment's over, so we'll do that another time. The segment's over. It's over. We're gonna shut it down. All right, let's move on now. More positive note.
Stand up! Stand up!
All right. So starting with you again, SK. We're gonna go counter. You, me, myself. We're gonna end it with Dollar. Okay. Give me your who would you like to give props to for playing well?
Hell. The whole defense, damn it.
No. Give me one.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
Give me one. One player.
Debo. I'm gonna go with Debo. Debo balled out again.
Let's give it up, y'all. Actually, not just Debo ball. Debo gets a Don DeMarco. Debo gets a Don DeMarco.
Then on top of that, we haven't seen Debo getting up, limping, acting like he hurt. None of that.
No, he's playing.
So,
I mean, he's got to make up for that bad. He's had some bad games, man, where he's been doing a lot of nonsense, man. So he has to make up for that stuff, man. Like I say, our top shelf guys, our number ones can't be out there bullshitting like that. You know, throwing, damn near costing us games unnecessarily. You know, that fumble could have been very costly last week.
Right.
Right.
You know, when all you had to do was hit the floor. All right. Am I next?
Yep, you're next.
Okay. I'm going to give it up for my guy who I think changed the whole momentum of the game. Javon Kinlaw.
Oh,
yeah. That block field goal changed the entire stratosphere of that game, man.
Yes, it did.
All right. Prince of the South, give me one.
I'm going with All-Pro Fred because that 4-yard tackle for a loss on the goal line, that made the boys rethink their whole little play call scheme right there in the goal line.
Let's give it up for All-Pro guys.
Because if they would have kept it at the 2-yard line, they could have ran the ball 3 or 4 straight times and tried to get it in. The 4-yard loss made them have to rethink their plan and made them have to put the ball in there.
Right on. Super Dave, give me one.
I could pick everybody from that offensive line, but since we're focusing on one player,
right,
I'm going to go with the best left tackle in the business, Trent Williams, continuing to demolish people in front of his path and just throw them back 20 yards at a tilt.
All right. Can't find Trent?
Disrespectful.
But for Trent Williams. All right. Give me $1.
Kwaski Tart. He played real good defense this past Sunday. He defended a deep ball and took a shot downfield. Tart was on the receiver, knocked it down, and also he helped Lenoir out by running Watkins down. If he would have scored, that would have changed the game. It would have changed the game for real. So Tart.
All right, we give it. Don DeMarco for Kwaski Tart. All right, guys, and that concludes our segment.
Stand up! Stand up!
All right, man. Well, SK and we've been talking with Sizzle, and he's a passionate brother, real Niner fan, man, and he's pretty pissed off about he's pretty pissed off with these Philly fans, and we'll now go into a segment. Sizzle says.
You know what it is. I'm going to talk about you, Aaron Rodgers. Week 3, you on the list, boy. Check this out. I seen your interview, boy. After you beat the Detroit Lions, I seen your interview, boy. You was all happy and you happy after you beat them, boy. I wasn't even happy after we beat them. See, me and you, we different. You know what it is, boy, when you come out here to the Bay, how we do you. You lucky it wasn't week 1. But you know what it is come Sunday night, boy. I'm waiting on you. I know you little secret little weapon, boy. You like Lil Jones out the backfield. Yeah, I see you, boy. You think that's gonna work on us? That's not gonna work on us, boy. And I know you like Devontae Adams, boy. I ain't worried about. I know he come out here. Yeah, we ain't worried about him either. You're a tight end. I know what you like. You know what I'm saying? You're Lazard 13 dude over there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what you got. See you Sunday night. That's all I got to say. Bye.
And that'll conclude our segment, Sizzle Says. Actually, I thought he was going to get on the Eagles, but he's hot on Aaron Rodgers. You know, don't worry. And I agree with him. I want to get some of that dude for what he did last season. All that grandstanding he was doing when they beat on a injured, a decimated roster. You know,
with their left their left tackle out, he's not going to have a lot of time to throw against that defense.
Right.
It should be a long night.
Right time.
Shark
But
week.
Or cheese week.
to be honest with you though, I'm gonna need for more people to show up than Bosa.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this pass rush looking non-existent.
Yeah, Bosa's been pretty much the only consistent. You're right.
Right.
You're right. What's going on with Arden, man? I mean,
Arden been giving.
Arden actually played a good game. He played a good game Sunday.
Sosa
got back there in the backfield.
He got that pass protection.
Yeah, but apparently we got to step it up. Them guys got. I understand they've been doing something. Apparently we're gonna need a little more from them. Apparently we're gonna need a little more.
I guess we just got spoiled.
The rotation too.
I guess we got spoiled back in 2019. It was just looking like shit. They would come from all over.
Well,
so they getting pressures. We just ain't getting sacks like we would.
Right.
But also got to realize two things. One, they've been holding us for one, and they ain't calling it. And two, they teams are starting early of what they doing to Ford and Bosa. They sending either receivers or tight ends to chip the edge rushers before they run their route to slow down the pass. They doing that now, and they doing that early this season. They weren't doing that. They weren't doing that they were doing that late in the season last year and the year before that in 2019. Now what they're doing is they chipping Ford and Bosa now, either with the tight end or the running back, so they can stop the pass rush coming. That's something I noticed. But they were doing that this past Sunday.
The only thing that worries me about this game is our run defense is still giving up 5.2 yards a carry. And Aaron Jones last night had a hell of a game. They send him 20 times up the middle right now. I'm not so confident that we stop him.
Right. Yeah, we were getting gashed. Well, yeah, it's that prevent and that kills you. And I watched the Johnny Dell Football Academy, and I like the breakdown he did on the Lions game. And what he was showing was that D'Amico's, he's dialing up a single gap, and I'm sure Kevin will understand this. Well, single gap concept, and the guys are kind of not being disciplined, and what it's doing is causing gaps. They're getting picked off out of their lane. Then when the ball cuts back into the open lane, they're not able to get back because they're being picked off, and that's what's leading us open to get gashed. And it's a very good show, man, and he's very on point. And you see he explains everything very clearly, and you clearly see where guys are, like I think against Detroit, Greenlaw was a lot out of position a lot. He was getting caught up a lot out of position, which is causing them to gash us with Swift. But like I said, I don't feel too bad because they did the same thing to Green Bay. They did the same thing to Green Bay. Green Bay looked no better. And I told you guys, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kev.
No, one of the Smith brothers out too, so we only got to deal with one.
Right. The Zadarius Smith is out.
Yeah.
I will say this. I was surprised for the most part, except for that prevent drive, the job they did against Jalen Hurts. Hurts could have ran for 200 yards, but they did a better job of staying in their gaps this time, forcing him to do something he didn't want to do. Passes were released a little bit early. So against at least one running quarterback, we passed. Now, we still got Russell Wilson. We still got Murray from Arizona left. But as far as running quarterbacks, we did a better job already this season.
Well, we definitely have to get that running, our rush, our defense together for the run, man. We got to get that together, though. We really do. That has to get fixed. And not really sure I know how at this point. I don't think this don't seem being a matter of talent. I don't know. Guys are just not following the concept of what this brother's doing up. I just don't know how. SK, you're the defensive specialist.
I was just going to jump in there and say,
how do we fix
this? On what you were talking about, one gapping and two gapping. Two gapping is a whole lot harder than one gapping. First of all, let me tell you. And typically, you only see two gapping when you have like an odd front, like a 30 front, 3-4, a 5-2, things of that nature. So we want a 4-3, but typically just is one gap. Pretty much, you got one gap to fill. C gap, B gap, A gap strong side, A gap weak side. And what that's telling me is, let's say take like a DJ Jones. If his responsibility is the B gap, and they run through the B gap, he getting bullied.
Right.
And typically what happens is the defensive lineman supposed to keep the second level, the LBs, the second level clean. So if they get to the second level, that means not only is the D lineman getting pushed back, they're getting pushed back into the linebackers. And so the run fits now become an issue. So the Greenlaw and big play, all pro Fred can't do that job running through the B gap because there's somebody in the B gap. And now they got to go around players. That takes time. So just winning up front in the trenches.
When I not just does it take time. What I saw in Johnny Dell's film, these guys in doing that, they get picked off. Meaning
right.
Once they go to move to try to get around, guys are running up on them, blocking them, and shoving them out of the way, getting out of the way, clearing the lanes for the running backs.
A lot of traps, a lot of double teams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and that just makes the running lanes that much bigger. But I'm pretty sure D'Amico is on top of it though.
I hope so, because
I hope so, man. Yeah,
been ugly.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I know Rome wasn't built in a day, but I mean, we're nothing like we was in 19, man. 19, that shit was solid, Jack. Solid. I mean, I guess
teams are doing it on the first drive. That's also disturbing. In 2019, that didn't happen. We pretty much set the tone that first drive.
Right.
I still trust D'Amico. You know, we gotta understand Solid ain't isn't here no more. You know, we got a new defensive coordinator. Right. You know, him being new, we expect to have a few hiccups, you know, with the defense. But as the season goes along, it's going to catch up. And look what we did against Philly. We did perfectly well. Even besides Norman having those two PIs, they really wasn't targeting him like that. So he had been doing his job. Lenore was doing his job.
And that's kind of why I didn't want to throw Norman out there. I felt his both flags were ticky-tacky, and the guy's first game out there, man. I mean, I didn't want to do him like that.
But can we please step on somebody's neck when we're about to close and eliminate that pre-bench shit?
I agree.
We let Philly back in the game. Jalen Hurts had a 30-something yard run and then a 20-yard run.
Yeah, we got to close out better.
If we were playing regular, he wouldn't have gotten that big of a gash.
Yeah,
that led him right back in the game, and then again, it was close to the wire again.
Putting him back in striking distance, you know. Put him in striking
and
distance.
And see, what I don't think what y'all realizing as well is it's also on defense we play either that baby shit soft zone or prevent altogether, right? And then on offense, you got Kyle playing not to lose versus playing to win. He playing not to lose,
right?
And so know, let's say we get the ball back and we can ice the game. You can't go so conservative. You calling it a dive plays on first, second, and third down, and next thing you know, the clock ain't moved. And unfortunately, we can't trust Jimmy with the ball, so he kind of stuck to a degree, and he got to figure that out too. You know what I'm saying? So find a way to eat his clock up when we got the ball to go ahead and get the game out of the way, man.
Right.
Unfortunately, we got that first down, or there would have been a whole boy.
Oh yeah. It was starting to happen again. Like,
yes.
Like, come on, man. Not again.
Yeah.
You feel
but
me?
like I said, whenever he lines up under center, you got to hold your breath because something's about to happen.
You're right about that.
Hey, Kev. And he made one of those throws that you used to always talk about in that game. He's lucky the DB dropped. It was a pick six all the way.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
man,
he wasn't the linebacker.
Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
Jimmy, you out here messing around. You out here messing around, Jimmy.
At least it wasn't the linebacker. At least you could actually see who he's trying to throw to.
I ain't surprised by that. That's what he do. He do that every game. He gives you 3 or 4 plays. You about to have a heart attack.
That brought the Debo where the DB them undercut it, and
that was
right now.
Yeah. That was thrown short. And actually, it was thrown late. It was thrown late because there was a split second where he was wide open. He didn't respond fast enough.
Right.
That's
what about he had a couple overthrows too. He had Sanu wide open.
Sanu, yeah.
Oh my God! Who was the
Sherfield,
what?
Sanu,
Sherfield, Juice.
Ayuk.
I mean,
Well,
shit.
Sherfield got one overthrow, but Sherfield also dropped one, hit him right in the hands.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. It's sad when you run a screenplay to the fullback and he's about 2 feet away from you. You throw the ball to his knee.
To his kneecap.
Yeah, what's with that? He did that in the Detroit game. He did the same shit in the Detroit game. He threw it in the guy's ankles, and they're like not even 5 yards away from him.
Or it's sad when you throw a screen pass that has been blown up and you still throw the ball in that direction.
Right.
Listen, man, I don't know what to say for the guy.
Man, for the most part, throughout the day,
at this point,
the whole inside was getting blown up, and we kept trying to run dives up the middle. Every time these dudes touch the ball, they getting hit 4-5 yards in the back. At one point, Mitchell had like 8 touches for like 8 yards.
And was lucky to get the 8.
Right.
Man,
that's what we're talking about. They need to make adjustments faster.
While you're running power. Right. Come on, Kyle. While you're running power, dives. Things no. Get outside, Kyle. Open it up,
exactly.
Kyle.
Right.
Well, guys, we're gonna move on along here. We know SK is our official. He's the official DC for the Real Talk 90 Talk crew. Let's give my man a round of applause for that. But we're gonna switch gears here, man, and not just does he handle the defense, he's also our QB guru. So we're gonna move it on now. We're gonna move on along now, and we're gonna give you Silverado Cavs fun facts on the quarterback.
Okay. Hey, look at that around the gate. Jimmy G 22 for 30. You can't be mad at that. 189 yards, 6.3 per pass, a touchdown, no interceptions, even though you should have had 1 or 2. Over 100 quarterback rating. Can't be mad at that. But I will tell you, in that first half, he almost got pulled because I was a little shaky on him. Went for that drive for the half. He had been sitting down. Jalen Hurts, 12-23, 190, and 91 of that came on 1 pass. 8.3 yards per attempt, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He should have had a couple, and he got sacked twice. So you think about it, all his yards came on pretty much on 1 play. And I'm surprised and I'm thrilled that we did what we did against this young man, because he could have burnt a whole lot more than what he did. But it came down to 1 play for him. Actually 2 plays. But we got the W, kept him in check. And Jimmy G, let's keep that badge in the first half last week. And no more of that, sir. That's my time. Back to Don. My fun fight with the quarterback.
All right.
Excellent.
Right out.
All right.
Yeah, man. So that was Silverado's fun fact on the quarterback. Like I said, man, we know he's the defensive guru here, but the brother, he's pretty sharp on his takes, man. Pretty sharp. So moving forward, man. You started on offense. So you being a defensive guy, how'd your son become a running back, man?
Well, you know what? Like I said, I started on offense. Then the further my career went, I kind of fell in love with defense. It got to the point where I like taking the ball from the offense. You know what I'm saying? So I started playing defense more. You know what I'm saying? And then when my son started playing, he started on defense. And he would always play like outside linebacker, safety corner. But, 1 year for spring, he started playing receiver and running back. And then, he was always had good power and good balance and decent speed. So he got to high school and they was like, hey, man, you want to play running back? You're like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he fell in love with it. And now that boy got 3 touchdowns in 3 games. That boy doing the thing. You feel me?
Hey.
Who we got homecoming? Who we got at homecoming this year?
This week, Kearney. We got Kearney this week.
Okay, that'll be good.
Kearney.
So man, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, so the high school football scene out there is pretty competitive.
Inner city, yeah. I'm saying like
I
there's
will
teams
say this.
outside of the city that that get more credit than we do. But hey, we dogs in here though. We dogs in the city. Don't get it twisted.
Florida has their football, Texas does, but if you want to talk about one single county that has produced more NFL players in the past 30 years, San Diego County is right up there.
Right.
And that goes for all pros, that goes for Heisman Trophy winners, that goes for Super Bowl winners. You're not going to find many more than San Diego County as a whole.
I got you, brother. I got you. So, with all that being said, guys, we're gonna we all know what time of the show this is. Hey, we out. All right, we want to thank you all for rocking with the Real Talk Niner Talk crew, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here and for rocking out with us and taking time out to rock out with us tonight. Okay? Yes, and like we do, we have a roll call. We also depart with the roll call. All right? Show our thanks and appreciation. All right? Let's give it up for Denise G, JJ and K Squad. That's a new name. Never seen them before.
That's my son. That's my son.
All right. JJ and K Squad, Denise G, Neon Dion, Niner Gang Podcast. Okay, I got
yes,
guys.
Sir.
Okay. Panama the Queen, Mr. G, 49er, 00. All right, guys, let me keep going up here. All right, 49ers first takes. And 49ers, we'll get in touch with you. We'll definitely do that collaboration, all right? Definitely. Tavarius. Okay, I got JJ again.
Nice.
All right. I said Panama Queen. Okay, our brother from another mother, D Savage, a.k.a. D Sizzle. Our sister from another mister. Let's give it up for Melissa. And in the place to be, our homegirl, Denise G.
Yes, indeed.
All right. The vice president of the Real Talkers. My brother, Showtime, Daryl Hicks.
Nice.
Okay, we got Sister Sin in the building. Always supportive. What we got here? And that concludes the departing roll call. Give you guys a round of applause. And a Don DeMarco to our Real Talkers. But before we leave, I got to also give my personal thanks to the crew. Judah Great, Silverado Kev, Dollar Bill Will, and Super Dave the OG. Give you guys a round of applause. Give my guys a round of applause.
We're on again this Saturday, same time, same platforms. It's the first home game of the season, Sunday night, throwback uniforms. Don't get no bigger than that.
This is true. And like we always say around this time, stay faithful, but more importantly, stay real. Because if you're not real, it makes no sense to be faithful. Get us out of here, Jew.
Appreciate y'all, boys, man. Great show. Real Talkers. Appreciate y'all, too. I see you down there, kinfolk. What's up, son? I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. But, till next week, Niner Gang over everything.
Peace.
Bye.
Take over. You want the phone, not frenzy? Hey. Top down, screaming now, don't tempt me. Put a trigger back to the clip and play.